Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy JayDub, Twitter Life. What's going on? We finna talk about it today. Good morning in the land of opportunity. But we finna talk about some stuff. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Twitter and how I posted a tweet yesterday trying to give Microsoft some advice. And let's see what you guys think about it. Been getting a lot of feedback on Twitter, and we're gonna go through some line by line and see what I said, see what the reply is. Some people liked it, some people didn't, but either way, we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, so as you can see, yesterday I made a tweet saying, how can Xbox become great again? And I think that's something that all gamers should want. We should want Microsoft to become great again. We should want Xbox to become great again. That's competition. We should all want competition. And I'm going to tell you, this generation, there hasn't been much competition from Microsoft or from Xbox. They've stopped talking about sales numbers. They've stopped talking about, the hardware, the software, no NPD wins and stuff like that. So that doesn't smell like greatness to me. And as a gamer, I want these companies to be competitive. I want them to fight for my dollars. So I decided to put a tweet out there. How can Xbox become great again? Well, number one, I know everyone loves Game Pass. It's the next Netflix of gaming. At least that's what they say. But here's the thing. Netflix has movies. Some good, some bad. But they have a lot of great series. They have a lot of great things to offer. And I get it. The price isn't high, so you can't be mad. But this particular model doesn't fit well when it comes to gaming. And we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to explain why. In order for Game Pass to be successful and for people to gravitate to it in flocks and droves, you're going to have great, compelling games. And what's the one thing Microsoft doesn't have this generation compared to Nintendo and Sony? That's great, compelling games. So you see my point? If you don't have what it takes to operate this Game Pass successfully, then why even start it? And no, we're not talking about the indies and the AA Game Pass fodder, not just the fillers. We're talking about big blockbuster exclusives. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. Microsoft has tried to add Halo Infinite and Gears 5 to it, even Forza Horizon. And while those are good, those games come far and in between. It takes a while for those games to drop. I mean, the last great game we had was Forza Horizon 4. That came out last year. Now this is a whole new year. Besides Crackdown 3, what else has there been that dropped on the Xbox in Game Pass? And Crackdown 3 is a whole nother story, so I don't want to go into that. I just want to focus on Game Pass for a second. Again, it sounds good, but in execution, you have to have the games. Just like Netflix has to have the movies. They can't keep a bunch of old movies that nobody wanted to see or buy in the first place on there. It's going to become stale, and there's other offerings. You have your Hulus, you have your Amazon Primes, and a million, your Voodoos and a million other alternatives. So it's all about software content, and Game Pass does not have that right now. I mean, we're talking about NBA 2K16, seriously? And to make matters worse, a lot of these developers are actually creating their own streaming store and their own store to play their games, to download their games. Ubisoft is having one, and the rest of them are coming out little by little. So where does that leave Game Pass? That means the bulk of your gaming that's going to be in Game Pass will eventually be Microsoft IPs. And how did we get into this glorious situation where Xbox finds itself in? Because of the lack of quality games. So that was my point when I said get rid of Game Pass. They don't have enough IPs. They don't have enough games, enough quality ones that comes out consistently to cause my subscription to, stay renewed. When Gears 5 come, I'm going to spend that $1. I'm going to get Game Pass. I'm going to play it for about 30 days, cancel my subscription, and move on with life. What else is there to keep me coming back? I've already bought Sea of Thieves. I've already bought State of Decay. I've already bought these games. The Game Pass in its current iteration is for brand new gamers. Brand new gamers. They see the best benefit. But if you've been gaming on Xbox for this long, you've purchased a lot of these games that they have there. So what is there to offer you? I'm not sure. Number 2, make games exclusive to a console. Yes. We need Xbox the console to be great again. Yes, I know they've said, well, we're moving Xbox into a services and it's an ecosystem. Baloney. They're only saying that because they didn't have the sales. I guarantee you, if Xbox Scarlet jumps out there, gets the crown, sells amazing, sells the software, sells the hardware, these guys will forget about all of that stuff that they talked about this generation. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all a diversion to take your mind off of what really matters. Sales matters. Games matters. Hardware matters. The industry matters. There is nothing that Phil Spencer or Aaron Greenberg or anyone else can tell me that is going to make me think different. And only because there are other companies out there that are being successful with it. If I decided to start selling cars and I fail in selling cars, and then I turn around and say, you know what? The industry's just going under. Yeah, they're just, they just need to stop making cars. It's not where the industry's just not where it is. You guys will look at me like I'm crazy, right? Because how can a failed used salesman and dealership dictate the whole transportation industry? And this is what a lot of you Xbox guys, this is what a lot of guys in the community are saying about Xbox. Oh, well, the industry's going this way. This is where the industry's going. Sony's going to do it. Nintendo's going to do it. Everybody's going to do it. Well, they've sat around 6 years and watched Microsoft fail miserably at doing whatever they're doing. Why would those guys copy them? You gotta have exclusives. Exclusives keep you going to that particular platform. It gives you a reason to spend the $500. A person has to have a reason. You just can't say, oh, well, kumbaya, we just play any and everywhere and the people will come. No. Like Dave Thomas from Wendy's said, if you build it, they will come. Come on now. Bear with me, guys. You got to understand what I'm saying. We need to go back to that model We need to go back to having exclusives, and great exclusives at that. So number 4, sell the AA studios and buy 5 AAA studios. Yes, I said it and I meant it. I get it. But Kratos, JayDub, come on, man. They just invested in these studios. They're good studios. None of those studios are going to be able to compete with Sony Studios or Nintendo Studios. Let's be realistic about it. Are you willing to give them 10, 20 years of your life trying to see what they can build? People want games now. They don't have time to wait. And I know you guys keep saying, wait till E3. Nah. We've been doing that for 6 years. Let's not go insane. These AA studios, yes, I mean, you can sell them. You can keep them. You can just have them for, doing whatever they do. But in the meantime, man, we need the big bangers. We need them, and we need them now. And in order to get that, it can't be the same Halo, Gears, and Forza. Those are getting stale. The sales are on the decline. And a new generation, we got Halo 5 this generation. Did that push the bar? Nope. That sold less than the previous one. What about Gears 4? Nope. Sold less than the previous one. And yes, sales do matter. That's a thermostat. That's a temperature gauge for where is your place in gaming and in the industry. Right now, Sony is sitting around 100 million sales. Nintendo's sitting around 30, maybe getting close to 40 sales. They're about to bypass the Xbox. So, guys, I really don't know. We need the big stuff. And you can't get that if you don't buy and invest in new ones. So, I don't know. Number 5, remove No Man Left Behind. BS. Yes. Remove it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. We don't need it. Phil Spencer made that to try to convince you that, all your games and everything will move forward. And that's a good idea. But it's going to hold back the consoles. It's going to hold back the next generation console. Maybe it made sense with the X. But I tell you what, there's a lot of people that spent $500 on the X and they said, man, where are those games to take advantage of it? And I'm not talking about slightly higher resolution. We need to see something that shows way more power than those 6 T-flops would have you today. And that's where I think Sony excels. They say that they still believe in generations. The PS4 will get left behind after a certain time, maybe after a year or two. There will be that transition. They will have their studios and third-party studios making games specifically for the PS5. None of that slightly up-res stuff. When we spend $500 and $600 on these consoles, we want to see it shining. I want to see those fans screaming. I want to see all those T-flops at work. I remember when I booted up Uncharted 4, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, Spider-Man, Days Gone, on and on and on. I can keep going, even all the way back to the Killzone. My PlayStation sounded like it was finna take off. And you know what? It didn't bother me because I knew that thing was working as hard as it possibly could to give me that high graphic fidelity. You're not going to have that if you have No Man Left Behind. People are going to develop for the least common denominator. And despite what a lot of the fanboys in the community would have you to believe, the Xbox One, the OG Xbox One and the Xbox One S is the majority in this Xbox realm. No, not everyone has an X. I would say maybe 5 to 6% of the Xbox owners actually have an X. The rest have the OG. So when you're talking bad about anyone that doesn't have the X, hey, you're shitting on the majority of your fan base. And these are the guys that have worked hard for their money, and they have not seen their investment pay off. So if Phil Spencer was to remove that no man left behind BS and focus on the new next generation, hey, we're sorry, you're gonna have to spend this money, you're gonna have to get the latest and greatest, and there's gonna be making games specifically for that. It's gonna show off the hardware, it's gonna do this and do that. That will increase my confidence. I don't want another Xbox One X where it's slightly better resolution than something that's far less powerful. Okay, number 6, I do want Phil Spencer and all those guys, all those executive heads at Xbox, I want them to focus 100% on the Xbox console. Focus on the console. We're console gamers here. Right now, they're scatterbrained. They're focusing on the PC. They're focusing on the Switch. They tried to give Halo over to PlayStation. I mean, that's disheartening. Focus. Xbox executives, they've become the master of none. They're focusing on everything, and they are the master of none. Focus on something and do it really, really well. And I hate to say it, there's no service you can sell me that's going to take up for not having games. Nothing. You can take all the old games that you have right now, you can repackage them, you can stick them in a store, you can put a bow on them. It doesn't matter. You just redressing a turd. You put lipstick on a pig. That's it. Focus on the console. The console matters. Phil Spencer, don't tell me to go play any and everywhere you don't care. I don't want to hear that. That's not what I want to hear. Number 7, hire an outside PR team. Microsoft, for whatever reason, has chosen Phil Spencer, Aaron Greenberg, Mike Ibarra, and Major Nelson as their mouthpiece, as their PR team. That's the dumbest idea ever. These guys take all the criticism. They have to deal with all the hard questions, and they flub 90% of the time. Phil has to backtrack on what he says, or his actions doesn't match up with what he said. Come on, it's not rocket science. Hire an outside PR team. Hire somebody, let's say from Apple, someone who can make Xbox cool again. Why not? I don't want to say that the Xbox name is tainted, but I just think right now that name is a laughingstock in this community, in the gaming industry, and I think people just doesn't pay it respect. And I want to see Xbox get that respect again. Handing your games out for a certain amount of money, $1, it sounds good, but come on, we all know that the quality goes with it. Nintendo rarely lowers the price on their games because they feel that they made the game at that price and they put a lot of development into it and a lot of quality, and that's what that game should sell for. And they don't want to devalue that. And that's what I believe has happened with the Xbox. I think they've highly devalued their games and their brand. Number 8, do not, I repeat, do not listen to the Xbox yes man. Phil, this is the reason I believe Xbox is in the position that it's in. I believe you listen to the wrong people, the people that don't really buy games, the people that are not, they say they're the diehards, but they are just hype men. They're just yes, Phil. Thank you, Phil. This was great, Phil. You don't need to hear that. You need to hear what your competition is doing and what their people are saying on why they're not going into your ecosystem. There's 100 million people right now that are not buying your console or haven't bought your console. And you need to ask yourself why. Why can you not penetrate that particular market? And that's just on one side. So if you add the Nintendo fans in there, that's another 135, 140 combined with Sony gamers that will not buy an Xbox. And it's not because they're just diehard PlayStation and Nintendo fans. It's because you have not given them a reason to buy your platform. Because everything I said previously, these yes men have led you astray. They've led you to the wrong direction. Come on, you got to listen to your critics. Getting mad because E3 wasn't as good as it should have been and blocking people, even diehard Xbox guys have been blocked by Phil Spencer. Come on, that temperature tantrum, you have to stop that. The gamers are the one who buy your stuff. They are your market. Listen to your critics. No, there is no media bias. There isn't a conspiracy. You've just flubbed up so many times. People expect games to flop because you have no quality control. Stop listening to the guys who are telling you, yes, Crackdown 3 is great. I'm going to be playing hundreds of hours with my friends. And then the next day the game launches, there's nobody online. You can't find a match. Phil, over and over, they've did this to you. Don't listen to them. The guys that shake your hands and smile and take pictures with you are not the guys you need on your team. You need guys who are going to be brutally honest. You do. So with me tweeting this out, obviously I wanted to see what kind of feedback I would get. So let's go through some of this feedback. Lionel B says facts. He agrees with me. Banana Love says besides Game Pass, I agree to this dude, and this Xbox yes men ain't Xbox gamers. PC hypocrites. All right. Since the failure of 2013, they've been heading down this path. Ain't turning back now. Okay. Well, I hope they can turn back. I hope it's just not, it's to the point of no return. Rodimus said, fire Phil. He is not the guy. Hey, I think I've been saying that for a while now. Phil was not the savior of Xbox. He's not the guy to bring the Xbox back to the promised land. He is the guy to transition and spin it off into something else, which is a service. And he has successfully did that. That's why he, got promoted. And this is another person that didn't agree with me. He says, as soon as I read, get rid of Game Pass. Look, Game Pass is a great deal. I think it's good, but it's not good for Microsoft because they don't have the games to support it. If Nintendo did Game Pass, oh man, that would be awesome because they have thousands of IPs, hundreds dropping yearly. Sony has tons of games in that people actually want. Highly rated Game of the Year titles. Let's not forget their backlog. Microsoft just don't have the backlog that a lot of people really care about. PlayStation, Nintendo, yeah, they do. Easy. My boy Jess Corden. Today in JayDub's How to Destroy Business 101. Shout out to Jess. All right, man. So you can say that, but here's my reply to him. So copying Nintendo and Sony strategy is moronic, eh? Successful company models? Nah, we don't want those. Struggling models? Yep, that's what we want. So to Jess, basically what I'm saying is it may sound good. It may sound good, but listen, it's not working. It is not working. The strategy that they have now is not working. And here come the pocket watchers. Marcus J. Wright. Sorry, pal, but Sony's and Nintendo's are not even close to Microsoft's in terms of being successful business. Microsoft is the number 4th brand. S is number 59. Sony is number 59, and Nintendo is number 99. Microsoft is worth $753 billion. The Xbox brand alone is worth $402 billion. Oh man, his numbers. Yeesh. So he's telling me that Xbox brand is worth more than half of Microsoft in general. I'm not sure his math adds up, but you know, to each his own. But with all that money, and I you know, the guy below him, definitely not me, said, but all that money, Xbox is still trash. Kind of got a point. The guy under it said, can I just add in number 9, technology, bro? You know, all the tech and stuff like that. I don't know. People keep saying that Microsoft is this pioneer in tech and this and that, but Sony has always been the one to get the credit in tech, starting from the Walkman all the way up. Apple has, you know, did this stuff with the phones. Nintendo, you know, tell you the truth, they were the first with the VR stuff. I don't know. Well said, Jess. Definitely sounds like a way to run business. Look, you know, as a business owner, as a businessman, if a strategy is not working for you, if it hadn't caught any traction, if nobody's paying attention to you, why keep down that path? You're hoping and praying, and I know a lot of Xbox guys, they were hoping and praying that the whole cloud streaming thing would catch on and would light the world on fire. Since Microsoft does really well with the cloud, they have some data centers and stuff. They figure, well, this is the one area that Microsoft can be number 1 or at least number 2 or competitive in. So let's put all our eggs in that basket. And a poll went out, and even with Google Stadia, I think that was only 10% of the people interested. Even Sony came out and said that the whole cloud thing is probably about 20 years away. I mean, they're going to be there. I mean, obviously they're there now with the PS Now. It's not like they've been pushing it hard and heavy. It's just an option. They're giving you an option. But those of you guys who think xCloud, you know, playing remotely, something that Xbox has been doing, PlayStation has been doing for 6-7 years. If you think that's going to change something, it won't, because it's not about any of that stuff. It's about the games. The day you realize that, the day you'll be better off. right, let's look down some more. And Birdie says, basically sack Phil Spencer. Neverland says, keep Game Pass, but I agree with every other point. And I pulled up an article right there. Gaming Boat said, a developer said Game Pass is a decent business model, but we're not getting paid enough. By the way, before anyone try to debunk that, this former Paradox Interactive CEO, he is the chairman. So it's not like he went away or he left and he's just talking crap. No, he actually got bumped up. Somebody said, I care about money and finances, not some CEO of their company. All right, cool. Dark Sex said, you will when they stop letting you use their games because they don't make as much money. Plenty of studios closing that. Again, if these studios realize that they can provide their own service, their own store, and they can get all the proceeds, why put your games on Game Pass? So, shout out to Emrys. He said, so copy Sony. Well, sorta. Can't follow that greatness, huh? That's the point I was trying to make. Just copy. Apple's did it. Microsoft's did it. Just copy. Get rid of Game Pass. Shut the fuck up. Man, there's a lot of guys love Game Pass, and I get it. It's a great thing. You know, I just need something in it for me. I buy all the games, so it's kind of, you know, maybe if I would have known previously, I wouldn't have spent a lot of money previously. But that leads me to another point. With some of these games these old games on Game Pass or that Microsoft put there, a lot of people are hyping them up and, oh my God, thank you for putting this in Game Pass. Now I can play it. And it's like, wait, you are the reason the Xbox has failed this generation because you did not go out and support the games when they first launched. Now it's $1 on Game Pass. Now the games are free. Now you want to say thank you, Phil? Like, I get it. Anything free is good. But you can't honestly say that you're worried about the company's financials and they're making so much money when you're the cheap ass that didn't buy and support the game. No wonder Phil Spencer had to spin the Xbox off into a service. You are that reason. So look in the mirror and slap yourself. Okay, somebody said Nathan O. He said points 1, 2, 3 make absolutely no sense. Long-time Xbox fan who has Game Pass and play games with my girlfriend while she's on it. Listen, all of that special case. Oh, I play with my kids. I play with my uncle and this and that and this. I get it. There's nothing wrong with that, man. It fits your model. It fits what you want. You can't really knock something that's cheap. You can't knock something that's free. But when you see the condition that Xbox is in, and you think that this model is going to be the savior, it's not. And any businessman will tell you that. Especially when the third parties start pulling their games and putting it on their own stores. Then what's next? Somebody said, shout out to Dark Cocacial. Give me number 7 and throw everything else in the trash. To burn right next to the PSN network security. Okay. Somebody said you just turned it into a PlayStation. Okay. What's wrong with that? 100 million, a thriving PSN, a thriving PS Plus, a thriving VR market. Mindshare. Listen, Sony didn't even show up to E3. Let that sink in, and they still won. And when I say won, I mean by mindshare. Right before E3, they dropped the Death Stranding trailer that broke the internet. Let that sink in. It caused more traction than an E3 event. This is why we've been saying Sony is E3. Somebody pointed out PS Plus. Right next to Apple Music, Spotify, and the rest of them. Hey, it works. Somebody said, the only reason I switched to Xbox from PS4 was a Game Pass. Yeah. I believe that when I see it. So basically you said, look, I'm a cheapo. I didn't buy games anyway. So, yeah, I get it. But apparently games are free on Game Pass. So, again, I'm not knocking Game Pass. I'm just saying, in order for them to be successful, they have to have more value in their product. That was the whole point of that. Somebody said, shout out to Love PC Tech. He said, I would have to disagree with you. Some parts of the list is anti-gamer. This is not pro-consumer moves. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, horrible. LOL, sounds like kids mood and fanboys crying out. I'm gonna give him a like that, man. Look, Phil Spencer, no. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Okay. Axel, COG tag, he said, with the exception of point 7, everything you said removes something. None of your points add any consumer value. To you, Microsoft shouldn't leverage their PC, Azure, and smaller studios. These things is what differentiate Xbox from the competition. Wait. So you want Microsoft to differentiate themselves from success? Nintendo has been in the market for 2 years with the Switch, and they've already they're close to surpassing the Xbox. Is that not successful? That's what I thought. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see what the reply was to his. Yeah, this whole list makes no sense. So the only way to succeed is to be less consumer friendly and offer less choice. Might want to send your resume in over Epic, man. All right. Tell you what, you look at Epic, they are causing a ruffle in this industry. And there's a lot of people at Steam mad. There's a lot of PC gamers are mad. But guess what? Epic is buying up those exclusives. They're working those deals and they're trying to be great. And the Lone Wolf said, or they could just go third party. Hey, they're already there. Phil is already touting that. He said that they're one of the largest third party developers. So, hey. Definitely Not Me said, number 1 could definitely go since the reports of devs not making any money from Game Pass. Microsoft should instead do more discount similar to Steam. Hey, I agree. Discounts work. Discounts work. Cinematic Aaron says, I agree with everything but number 1. Game Pass is still a good service. Listen, I didn't say it wasn't a good service. I just said you have to be able to support that in the long term. And with developers moving their games to other platforms, they're not going to be there anyway. So you're going to be stuck with a service like Game Pass that only has Microsoft games in it. And are Microsoft games good right now? No, they're not. I mean, it's gonna be games for gold. Will you pay $9.99 or $1 a month for games for gold? You already spent $60 for Xbox Live. Julio says, keep Game Pass. Agree with the rest. Hey, man. Again, I'm just going through this stuff. This is what it is. Carlos, shout out to him. He says, I agree with most of this except 1 and 4 and partially 6. Game Pass is a great deal for gamers who don't have the money to go out and buy every game. Number 4, some AA studios are worth keeping, especially Ninja Theory. Number 6, I'd say a console should be 80% of focus. PC 20%. All right, I can rock out with that. I can definitely rock out with that, Carlos. Let me like and retweet that. I can rock out with that. Marcus said, all of it is good for Xbox as a brand and gamers on their Xbox service. There's no negatives to this. All right, cool. Again, these are the yes men that I was talking about. Nothing's wrong. There's nothing to see. There's nothing to see. When Phil listened to guys like that saying that everything is fine, stay the course, you have to ask yourself what's going on. All right. Somebody said remove Phil. He's not the guy. Okay. Somebody said Xbox would still be in third place. They just go back to the days of not making a profit. Hey. Somebody said, oh, that's a list to destroy. Listen. I don't understand why guys don't want to see change. The changes that they've made so far has not led to some good results. You've only pissed off your base. Once you lose your base, then what else do you have? Somebody said get rid of gold instead of Game Pass. Hey, I can dig it. PC guys, they get to play those games for free, basically. No Xbox Live requirement. Hey, shout out to my man PDP 2007. He said keep Game Pass and maybe do the rest of that stuff. All right, cool. I can dig it. Mark says truth. Darksec. Main point is they need exclusives, and Play Anywhere makes Xbox irrelevant. Game Pass just needs to not stiff developers money wise, and they'll stop letting them put their games on it. All right, that's just kind of what I said. And the list kind of goes on and on and on and on and on. But for the most part, I see a lot of people love Game Pass, and a lot of people don't want to let go. A lot of people don't think that Microsoft needs to change. So if Microsoft don't need to change, they will forever be stuck in third place. And that's a bad place to be when you're asking somebody to spend $500-$600 on their console. Again, a lot of people are mad that I said get rid of Game Pass. And Metal Gear fan right here says not really viable though. The traditional old school console business model is shrinking. The profits are coming from the service. They push PC at the detriment of Xbox because it allows them to expand the pool of subscribing to their services. But you know what? That's a how can I put it? That's a bold move, because what if it doesn't work out, which it doesn't seem to be working out. You tried to entice the PC gamers with Play Anywhere. That didn't work. PC guys don't really game like that. They have their own exclusives. They have their own games, their own ecosystem that they like to do. You know, and all the profits and all that stuff, could care less about all that stuff. Microsoft is going to be profitable. They're going to do whatever it takes. I mean, that's why they spent the Xbox brand off. I'm not worried about that. Somebody, Electro says, dude, just go sit in your Epic Games funded chair, play some Fortnite, and rest easy knowing that there are already plenty of anti-consumer companies in the industry. Listen, I don't know how it's going. All of this anti-consumer talk, I mean, I don't know where you guys get that from. You can cry about being anti-consumer or not, or you can have a company that's giving you great games for a great cause. I do not mind spending $60 for a great game. I've did it over and over and over. I refuse to spend $60 for a mediocre or a trash game. You can call that anti-consumerism all you want, but hey, these companies are in there to make money. And in order for them to make money, they have, from me at least, they have to pique my interest. They have to give me a great product. Microsoft does not have that right now. They're offering some great services and features, but that is at the detriment of their actual games. You can't sell me your services and not sell me games. This is a gaming industry. I'm in it to play games, not services. Shout out to Steven. He said, what kind of idiot thinks the first 5 ideas are anywhere close to being good ones? Some of those are why people have begun to support Xbox again after BS from 2013. 6 is also stupid, but I guess streaming is still a mad spot for me right now. 7 is the only good one. All right, cool. I can dig it. Somebody said jealousy, plain and simple. Okay, cool. Somebody said it's bait. Nah, it's not bait. Just want to cause a discussion, see what people, if I'm running Microsoft, this is what I would do. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. For all the people who are saying, hold the line, okay, cool. Hold the line, eh? I don't know. That list was what I said that what I would do. They have money now. They have the funding. The purse strings aren't being held back. According to a lot of Xbox guys, it was Dunny D and Terry Myerson and all those guys, and now Phil has an open checkbook. Okay, good. But why are you focusing towards the bottom of the barrel? These distressed companies that are going out of business instead of going for some big ones. People want to see big stuff. Sony is doubling down on their exclusives, and they're buying, getting new studios. They're going to make some acquisitions here soon. And Sony's just got rid of the freaking Alan Wake publishing rights and stuff like that. That does not sit well with me. That's basically saying, look, I don't want that big stuff. That stuff is too big to fit on Game Pass or to fit in our model. So we don't want it. We'll give it away. Fine. And then Sony's going to go and gobble it up. And they have quality control. So it's probably going to work out positively for them. Let me know what you guys think. In the comment section, let me know what you think about this. This needs to be a discussion. How do we make Xbox great again? How? What do we do? Let me know. We all want to see Xbox do great. We all want to be able to be proudful of our products. Keep Sony in check. Keep Nintendo in check. Google's coming out. I don't want Google to push Microsoft out of the gaming realm. I don't want that. So guys, let me know in the chat section. Let me know what you think. Hit the like, subscribe button. Thank you for rocking out with me, and I'll see you guys on Twitter. Peace.